Hello and welcome to the Offsite Dirt Network. We are talking real estate investment. We are talking about taxes and the trends that are happening in the investment marketplace. Today, I have Eunicia Peret with Excelstra, and she's going to be speaking about very specific and detailed information about all of those builders, investors, developers, and how we kind of expand our wealth and our mindset around money. Hello and welcome. How are you today?
It's a pleasure to be here with you and your audience, Audrey.
Well, I love having you. We've had so many different brilliant discussions, and I'm excited to have you on the show today. Let's kind of jump in and allow the audience to learn a little bit more about you and your company. Give us an overview.
Absolutely. So I'm Eunicia Peret. I'm the owner and founder of Excelstra. And Excelstra is a very unique place where individuals that perhaps don't quite fit the model of a family office have an opportunity to get access to strategies that can help them keep more significantly more when it comes to not overpaying in taxes, when it comes to how they invest, where they invest, and making sure that when it comes to the exit strategies and the exit planning, it's done and it's done correctly. We leverage a team of experts, everything from CPAs to financial advisors and investors, all the way to attorneys, to make sure that the our clients' overall and end-to-end plans are truly customized to their specific needs. So no cookie cutter approaches here.
And I love that about you. And I love that you really take care of people. You talk to them. You really walk through what are their goals and their aspirations. So when we're talking about the real estate investor, how do you talk to them about building wealth?
You know, real estate investors are a unique trend, and I love working with them because understanding real estate myself quite a bit. My husband is in real estate. We have a real estate portfolio ourselves. What we see is that most of them have a tendency to just rely on real estate. They're so comfortable with real estate as an asset class that nothing else really seems to fit the bill. But it's not because they couldn't benefit from anything else, other strategies. It's because they don't know what else to do. And because most of the people that are in their environment are all going to be the same way, everybody's just focused on real estate, period. One of the big things that we see, Audrey, is that individuals that are in real estate and real estate associated types of investments and projects, they'll invest, they'll do exchange and rollovers more importantly, and then they get to this point where they go, oh my God, this last project, I just paid way too much in taxes. I think I'm going to take a step back. But with taking that step back also comes but I want to still work and I don't know how to do that so that I don't start a cycle all over again. And so what we're finding is that they're truly missing the answers to how could they be keeping more wealth and still enjoy doing what they do versus having to press the pause button because they don't know how do we minimize taxes, how do we optimize the overall portfolio, et cetera, et cetera.
And I think that's really valuable to having a strategy, to knowing about taxes, to having a CPA, to learning about tax law. There's so many pieces that come along with real estate. We hear all these people about buy a property, then you reinvest it, and then you go to this one. And I think you're bringing up a really valuable point that it is discouraging when you're working your life and you're finding assets to create your portfolio. And then all of a sudden you come down to the end of the year and you're like, oh my gosh, how can I do this? All these taxes, they're just strangling me. And all I'm doing is trying to make my wealth, right?
Correct, correct. And unfortunately, you mentioned something that's very key. A lot of people think that if they have a CPA, they're good. We have ample examples. For example, right now, one of our brand new clients, they're in a situation where last February they sold a piece of property, and the CPA basically, their old CPA basically said, I just need you to set aside $1 million to pay for taxes. Here's what she said in a conversation we had literally last week: bringing in a CPA that truly understands how do we really bridge the gap. He said, hey, hearing what I'm hearing you are doing with the business, and you sold the land, not the business, and here's some of the things that could be done because you're reinvesting this money. In essence, they could have been in a situation where they would have paid virtually no taxes. Their CPA was not equipped to do that. Why is it that the CPAs are not equipped? It's because their whole business, their whole job is to help. In many cases, it kind of starts on the bookkeeping side, which focuses on looking backwards and then preparing the taxes, getting the client to be ready for tax prep and tax filing. The tax strategy, oftentimes it is misconstrued as, oh, go buy more equipment, go buy more machinery, and that's misconstrued as tax strategies. Those are not tax strategies. Those are tax deductions. Those are tax depreciating assets that, yes, everybody and anybody can jump on board, but people don't need to buy toys in order to minimize taxes. They truly need tax strategies. And that's where when we typically come in, again, especially working with real estate investors, it's asking the question of what strategies have you implemented thus far? And the answer, sadly, in most cases, 99.99% of time is nothing. It's just, again, more depreciation, or possibly just buy more, again, buy more toys. They fit for us, they fit in the toy category just to minimize taxes. And that's not the way that the ultra wealthy play.
I like that. I like that you guys are not, that's not your philosophy. What type of questions should more people start asking?
One of the big questions that we see when individuals come to us is, what am I missing, right? We work with individuals that are obviously well off. Typically, most of our clients are going to be, if they're business owners, they're going to be in the multi 7 figure revenue range and higher. And a big question that comes to us, frankly, from our new clients is, what am I missing? Because they might have heard us talk about some of these strategies. They might have heard somebody maybe that they know that's doing exceptionally well saying, hey, you really shouldn't be paying this much in taxes. You should be paying significantly less, but their team is not equipped to help them with that. And so when they come to us, again, the big question is, what am I missing? And so we know that individuals are ready to, if you will, as elevate themselves in their financial position to the next level when that question comes up, because then they're really looking for to find the missing pieces.
Yeah, and I think that's so crucial to have somebody on your team to actually ask what they're missing, to feel comfortable. This is an easy plan. And it's not like we went to college to learn these things, right? And then we work our lives and we actually have these amazing opportunities that happen and they blossom. And the next thing you know, like you were saying, maybe you're not a part of a family office. Maybe you're starting to build your wealth portfolio. Maybe you have several millions of dollars that are from your real estate, and you're thinking, where do I go next? These are really crucial things. And then also, I think the wonderful thing about you, Unicia, is that you take the individual and you care about them. Like that's so personal. I mean, our wealth is personal, right? And so having a trusted partner, having someone with the experience, and then also somebody that actually has that understanding, it really truly allows the client or that person to feel valued and know that they have a trusted partner, right?
100%, Audrey. And one of the things that we see also with new clients is typically when they come to us, they've tried different teams, they've hired different consultancies, and they come to us and they're like, listen, we've been burnt. We've spent all this money, nothing really was done. The strategies that we were told are all things that we can find ourselves on Google. And so one of the things that we tell folks is, first of all, we play in the world that's non-Googleable. And second of all, you're right, money is very personal, and people are almost petrified, mortified, paralyzed, if you will, of opening up that conversation. And what we tell our clients is, listen, when we work together, this is not about you feeling poked and pried at. This is also not about you, attending a meeting once or maybe twice a year for 45 minutes and feeling like you walk out of there with having been sold something every single time. It's not about that. It's about understanding, you mentioned it earlier, what are truly your unique needs? Because your needs are going to be very different than even if you're maybe partner. Everybody is different. And because of that, the ultimate blueprint for what is the domino effect? We call it a domino effect. What are the one or two, three things that have to happen right now in order for the individual to keep more money, to make more money, to work hard, to work easier and make more versus work harder and lose more, because that's typically what ends up happening when people are making a lot of money. And so it is very personal, and people need to feel that it is about them and it's not about some product or something that they're going to be sold yet again, because they've been there, they've done that, and they know how it feels, and it does not feel good.
Right. In closing, what kind of trends are you seeing in investment? Where are you seeing expansion? I can only say from my position, the last 4 years, it has been a big struggle for lots of our manufacturers, lots of our developers, lots of our real estate people. And now it feels like everybody's kind of breathing again. I feel like the market is shifting. There's a lot more consumer confidence. We're starting to see a little bit of shift. We're starting to see more projects come out of factories, which I'm always happy about. What are you seeing in the investment world?
So one of the things that we're seeing in the investment world is over the last several years, there's just been a huge influx of syndicates and offerings, investment offerings that have been made oftentimes by companies that will pop up at different conferences. And so individuals basically stand in line. One of our physician clients basically said, Unicia, those individuals are lining up like sheep to the slaughter, investing in these syndicates. And what we've seen is that a lot of folks have been burnt by those projects. Um, and we know, I mean, we know individuals personally. Listen, myself, I went with a team saying, hey, the years back thinking, there's got to be something to this, and there's not. And everything that I'm seeing, even specifically out of that particular team, every single one of their projects, Audrey, is in the minus. And so, again, these are things that I'm personally close to. And so, one of the trends that we're seeing is this rise of private funds, private developers working with people that are not going to be out there beating the drum to say, hey, we've got this project and we're raising, I don't know how many tens of millions of dollars. They might still be raising tens of millions of dollars, but they're only going to truly trusted networks. And that's where when clients come to us, they get the understanding that when they work with us and they work with our extended strategic partner teams, those are not going to be solutions that are going to be beaten up, or the drums are going to be beaten up on them at conferences and wherever else. It's truly, in many cases, by invitation and by application only. And so those are the kinds of things when folks are looking at where do I put my money, please don't go at a conference and invest with the next booth that looks really bright, shiny, because you like the people and you like what they have to say. We have to look at what is their historical trajectory, especially since we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Is the market going to continue going up? Is it going to come down? Consumer confidence has gone up, then it came down significantly, even on the real estate side. And so, as we're navigating those choppy waters, the reality is that if we are to diversify our portfolio, we have to work with people that have a proven trajectory. And frankly, those are the people that are not going to want to work with everybody and anybody. So as we have individuals listening, if you want to know what do the ultra wealthy actually do, where do they invest their money, maybe even outside of real estate, that's where it bears a conversation that fits the question of what am I missing. Let's have a chat. Let's look at what are you doing, what are you not doing, because what we know is that the moment you gain access to things that are more exclusive, if you will, you it also gives you that awareness of, okay, I know that I'm on the right path because you're actually seeing the results versus constantly being afraid of, oh my God, what is the next quarter going to bring? And am I going to see a downtrend because, maybe this group doesn't potentially have that historical trajectory of success, especially in choppy times.
Yes, and you have a podcast out there for people to actually know you and listen to strategy and the people that you bring on. What is that podcast?
The podcast is called Your Business, Your Next Level, and we are trending very strong. We it literally launched last May. We're at the point where the request is so high that we're probably going to start dropping 3 episodes a week. Right now, we're at two episodes a week, and it's a place where our listeners get to hear to other very successful business owners and individuals that have been there, done that. They're in the thick of it. They are successful, and it's really about sharing their stories and what has made them successful. So if any of our listeners would like to share their stories, we welcome them to apply and see if they qualify to come on the show.
I love that. And I think education and awareness is key. So the next time that you're looking at your investments, your portfolio, really trying to figure out what is the next pathway to go and having a trusted value partner that has the research, that has the understanding, that has the experience. I really hope that you give Unicia that opportunity to speak and talk. And if nothing else, definitely go to our podcast. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much, Audrey. It was a pleasure.
It's always great to talk to you. I feel like I learn something every time. So that is the dirt. on the Offsite Dirt Network. Check in with us next time and make sure you subscribe.